Welcome, Planeswalkers, to a special side quest episode of Magic and Chill. I'm your host, Max. In these side quests, we're diving deeper into the rich world of magic by telling stories about our favorite commanders, planes, and planeswalkers. So grab your spellbook and join me as we venture into the dungeon.
Welcome to Magic and Chill Podcast. Magic and Chill Podcast. This is
Welcome to a grocery store like no other, where the multiverse meets your dinner table. Introducing Garrick's Grocery Store, your one-stop shop for the finest meats and vegetables from across the multiverse. Hi, I'm Garrick Wildspeaker, and I'm thrilled to bring you the flavors of worlds you've only dreamed of. At Garrick's, we have specials on colossal dreadmaw steaks, straight from the heart of Ixalan. Sink your teeth into the wild and primal taste of the multiverse. But that's not all. Our aisles are bursting with fresh, hand-picked fruits and vegetables from plains you've only seen in your wildest dreams. And for those seeking something truly magical, our resident chef specializes in crafting dishes using enchanting ingredients found only in the multiverse. Whether you're a planeswalker or a homebody, Garrick's Grocery Store has something for everyone. So, why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Visit Garrick's Grocery Store today and embark on a culinary adventure across plains. Garrick's Grocery Store, where every meal is a journey and every bite is a taste of magic.
Today, our story takes us into the shadows of Innistrad, a plane known for its eerie landscapes and darker mysteries. But amidst the chaos and horror, there's a tiny figure, both cunning and audacious, who's made quite a name for himself. Tinybones, Trinket Thief. Tinybones wasn't always the notorious thief we know him as today. He hails from a family of dark-hearted rogues who were always searching for power in the most unorthodox places. Young Tinybones learned the art of thievery from his family. Together, they scoured the forgotten crypts, haunted mansions, and treacherous catacombs of Innistrad. But Tinybones was different. He wasn't just in it for the loot. He was driven by an insatiable curiosity to uncover the most enigmatic relics the plane had to offer. It was during one of his solo expeditions that Tinybones stumbled upon a peculiar artifact, a tiny, sentient skull with a hunger for knowledge. The skull, which he named Tinybones, whispered secrets of forgotten magic and ancient lore. As the years passed, Tinybones grew more powerful, and rumors of his thievery spread across Innistrad. His daring heists targeted artifacts, magical trinkets, and even the darkest spells locked away by ancient vampires. The Innistrad authorities were perplexed and terrified. How could someone so small cause so much chaos? But Tinybones was relentless, his thirst for knowledge insatiable. As the whispers of Tinybones' thefts reached the darkest corners of Innistrad, an enigmatic figure took notice, the infamous vampire sorcerer, Olivia Voldaren. Olivia saw in Tinybones not a threat, but an opportunity. Tinybones was lured into Olivia's shadowy world, where he would use his stolen knowledge to serve the vampire queen's mysterious ambitions. In exchange, Olivia offered him power, protection, and forbidden artifacts. But even with newfound power, Tinybones never forgot his family and the lessons they'd taught him. His heart yearned to break free from Olivia's grip and continue his quest for knowledge on his own terms. And so, Tinybones, Trinket Thief, remains on his journey through the shadows of Innistrad, collecting forbidden trinkets and ancient relics, always seeking the next piece of the puzzle, and ultimately, his own path. Our story begins on the shadowy streets of Urborg. It's a place where darkness reigns and its residents exist in a constant struggle for survival. But amidst the ominous alleys, Tinybones thrives. Tinybones is not your typical rogue. Despite the reputation, Tinybones isn't in it for the thrill of theft. Tinybones doesn't revel in hurting the denizens of Urborg. In fact, Tinybones would prefer not to steal at all. But Tinybones has a tiny family, and that tiny family has a colossal appetite to satisfy. This night was no ordinary night. It was a night when Tinybones faced an impossible challenge, finding sustenance for a family with an insatiable hunger. As Tinybones wandered through the bustling marketplace, the challenges seemed insurmountable. Guards patrolled every corner, and vigilant citizens were ever watchful. But Tinybones had a mission to complete. It was at this critical juncture that a mysterious figure approached. Cloaked in shadows and exuding an aura of arcane power, it was none other than the infamous Planeswalker, the Doctor. And this was no ordinary Doctor. This was the Doctor, a Time Lord from the TARDIS. The Doctor surveyed Tinybones with a twinkle in their eye and a mischievous grin. With a flick of the sonic screwdriver, the Doctor offered their assistance. "Tinybones," said the Doctor, "I couldn't help but notice your predicament. How about we embark on a journey through space and time to find what you seek? After all, I've seen countless worlds and faced unspeakable horrors. A little Urborg marketplace won't deter me." Tinybones, overwhelmed by the Doctor's charisma and the possibilities promised by time travel, nodded in agreement. With a snap of their fingers, the Doctor opened the door to the TARDIS, inviting Tinybones on a journey through the cosmos. The TARDIS materialized on the outskirts of Urborg, overlooking the sprawling catacombs below. As the duo descended into the abyss, they were filled with a sense of unease, for they sought the legendary Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead. The catacombs were a labyrinthine maze of bones and forgotten secrets. Cobwebs clung to every surface, and the air was heavy with the stench of decay. The Doctor and Tinybones navigated the treacherous passages, the Doctor's sonic screwdriver leading the way. And there, in the heart of the catacombs, they found it. The Necronomicon, bound in flesh and inked in blood. But as Tinybones reached for the book, the catacombs awakened with a bone-chilling howl. Skeleton knights, ghouls, and sinister witches emerged from the shadows, their bony fingers outstretched. The Doctor and Tinybones were surrounded, with no way to escape. It was then that the Doctor brandished the sonic screwdriver, using it in clever and unexpected ways. The screwdriver emitted sonic waves that disrupted the ghouls' senses, sending them into a frenzy. Tinybones, armed with spells from the Necronomicon, conjured shadows that entangled the skeleton knights, rendering their brittle bones useless. But the witches were a formidable foe, casting dark incantations that threatened to engulf our heroes. With a brilliant flash of the sonic screwdriver, the Doctor redirected the witches' spells back at them. The catacombs echoed with the sounds of battle as the Doctor and Tinybones fought valiantly. Bones shattered, ghouls dissolved into mist, and witches were banished into the darkness from whence they came. Victorious but weary, the Doctor and Tinybones emerged from the catacombs. The Necronomicon clutched tightly in Tinybones' tiny hands. However, their journey was far from over. A mysterious rogue, cloaked in shadow, appeared before them, a crossbow aimed with deadly precision. With a flick of her wrist, she lowered her hood, revealing a face both familiar and unexpected. It was Amy Pond, the girl who waited, known for her extraordinary adventures with the Doctor. Amy had been tracking the same dark forces that threatened Urborg, and their paths had converged. With a knowing nod and a hint of mischief, the Doctor welcomed Amy into their company. Together they ventured forth, united by their shared mission to protect the multiverse from the encroaching darkness. And so, Planeswalkers, our tale of Tinybones, the Doctor, and Amy Pond continues. As they journey through the multiverse, They'll face unimaginable challenges and unearth long-buried secrets.
Magic and Chill Podcast. This is.
And that wraps up another enchanting episode of Magic and Chill. We hope you've had as much fun as we have exploring the fascinating world of magic, the Gathering. Don't forget, fellow Planeswalkers, you can stay connected with us by following our social media accounts on TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and YouTube. All the links can be found in the description of this podcast. And for even more magic, consider joining our vibrant Discord channel, where you can chat with fellow listeners, share deck ideas, and dive deeper into the world of magic. Before we go, we have a humble request for you, our amazing listeners. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean the world to us if you shared Magic and Chill with your friends, family, and your playgroup. Your support helps us continue to bring you the content you love. Until next time, keep shuffling those decks. May your draws be ever in your favor, and always remember to keep it salty.